Hello students, we are moving on to the number 3 most followed world religion, and that is Hinduism. And I'm again going to read a little bit from the text before we put our information into our notes. And we'll start with the founder is unknown. There are 860 million followers, and the basic belief says that souls continue to be reborn. The cycle of rebirth ends only when the soul achieves enlightenment or freedom from earthly desires. So our leader or founder is unknown. Our number of followers are 860 million. Now there's a pretty big drop between our followers of our second most popular and our third most. We went from 1.6 billion all the way down to 860 million. So not even 1 billion. So it drops quite a bit between those two. And our symbol, we've got partial there in this box that I already have open, but we have a couple different things. First of all, Omkara represents the universe. And that's here. And then we have the dancing Shiva, which is a Hindu god. And there are different variations of that. So these are actually the same thing, both of them that I have here, but they look, slightly different, but you can also see a lot of similarities to them. So whichever, well, we'll do those again together, okay? So next is our holy site. Actually, I'm going to pause a minute and let you make sure that you put that information in for the symbol. Just the text for right now. We'll look for the symbol again together, just like we did with the other ones. Okay, and then we're going to look at the holy site. And again, we've got a couple different things here. The Ganges River, which is in India. Varanasi, which is India. The city of Shiva, and Shiva is a god, remember. And then we have Mathura, India, which is the birthplace of Krishna, which is another god. So one of the reasons why this leader or founder is thought to be unknown is because they actually have many gods. So Hinduism is a polytheistic religion. They have many gods. And so for our beliefs here, actually, again, I'm going to pause so that you can make sure that you have that information for the holy site in there. The Ganges River in India, Varanasi, India, which is the city of Shiva, and where the burial places for Shiva. Mathura, India, the birthplace of Krishna, which is one of their gods. Okay, and then beliefs. They believe that souls continue to be reborn and that the cycle only ends when the soul achieves enlightenment or freedom from earthly desires. And that was part of what the textbook told us. And then we have some more information that we're going to add here about the beliefs of Hinduism. And that is, they believe in a supreme spiritual force known as Brahman. And they believe that in order to unite with Brahman, that they have to first pass through many lives and be reborn into new forms. So to move closer to Brahman, they have to make improvements in each life. So kind of like good deeds, and that they continue to come back until they have done enough good deeds to move forward and to get that salvation and to basically go to the heaven that they believe in. You maybe have seen things about this before, and maybe they don't specifically refer to it as Hinduism, but maybe in movies they talk about that, you know, a person came back as a different being. They maybe came back as the form of an animal, or maybe they came back as a different gender, or they were reborn as an elderly person or whatever, that they are going to continue to be reborn. And they also believe in karma, which is the universal law of cause and effect. And again, you've probably heard of karma. So karma is kind of when things come back to you, and they can come back to you in a good way, or they can come back to you in a bad way. So basically what karma means is if you do bad things will happen to you. If you do good things will happen to you. So some people believe in karma, and you don't have to be Hindu to believe in karma. Some people still just believe in karma in general, but that is one of the core beliefs of Hinduism, is karma. And then they also have a sacred text that is called Upanishads. I may be saying that incorrectly, but that is what the sacred text is. Okay, this was a lot, so I am going to give you time to put all of that information in there before we move on to worship and celebrations. While you're still maybe typing that, I do want to point out to you this map up here on the textbook of world religions. We're actually going to be looking at another map that has information on it as well. But this is showing us our major world religions, our 6 major world religions, right? It doesn't have them in order of number 1 through number 6, but you'll see the most commonly seen color on this map is the purple color, which is Christianity, and that's the number 1 religion for number of followers in the world. Number 2 is Islam, which is green. And then number 3, we're talking about right now, is Hinduism, which is orange. And then after Hinduism, we are going to see Buddhism. And Buddhism is brown. And let me see if I can scroll over here a little bit more. There we go. We see more of the map. So we see our brown over here more. And then our 2 least common followed religions are Sikhism and Judaism. And so for that reason, you'll notice that this key here Judaism has the symbol of a star, a 6-point star, which we're going to talk about when we look at Judaism as well. And so you'll see that star here in North America. There's one over here in Israel. There's a couple here in Europe. And then we have Sikhism, and it's mostly concentrated right here in Asia. Oh, we also have a star down there. So they didn't make that a color because it would be too difficult for you to see on this map. And on a map that we're going to use later also, there's such a small amount of these that it is difficult for you to color on a map or to see that color on a map. And so we're really going to be looking mostly at the 4 top religions. And even though Judaism and Sikhism has a smaller number, they're still of the top 6 world religions that we have. And then you'll also see here that we have some white areas that are uninhabited, meaning that people don't really live there. So there's no religion recorded, I guess we'll say. And then we have indigenous people that are in these like tan areas here. And a lot of them, again, don't specifically follow an actual religion. They are maybe follow more like nature, that kind of thing. And so they are not of our top world religions. Okay, so hopefully you've got that stuff in written. So we're going to look at our worship and celebrations. And they worship myrtis and shrines. There's many of these shrines because they have many gods. Remember, they're polytheistic. They have thousands of Hindu festivals, and many of them include rituals and worship and prayer, magic acts, music, dancing, eating, drinking, and feeding the poor. So a lot of this is kind of like celebration, almost like partying, festivals kind of, and then also feeding the poor. So they have that, act of charity again in there. And that is part of the karma also. You do good things come back to you, as they believe in Hinduism. So once more, we are going to go to an untitled document, and we're going to look for our symbols for Hinduism. So we're going to click on search the web, and I'm going to type in Kara, and let's see what comes up here. Don't really like those. Let's do Hinduism symbol. Okay, so here we go. Hinduism symbol. This one is probably the most like what I have in the notes. So I'm going to click on that first red one there. And then again, I'm going to click on the little blue square and resize that because we want it to be on the small-ish side to put in our notes. And then I'm going to click on insert again, insert image, search the web, and I am going to put in, let's see, dancing Shiva. Let's see what will come up here. Okay, so these are obviously real images, which you can use a real image if you would like to. And they're all very similar here of our choices. So I'm going to choose this one right here. And again, we're going to make it small so that it can be included in our notes. So now I'm going to go back here again so that you can see that these two images look like my images that I already had there in the notes. And then I am going to let you finish typing if you are still typing.